So topic 3, we're going to be writing the linear equations and have the applications. So when we're trying to write the equation in slope-intercept form, we need to use our slope and use point-slope form to help us get there. And so this one already gives us our slope, so -2 is equal to our m, and then our -8, 3 is our x comma y. And so y minus my y1 is that 3 equals our slope -2 x minus x1, which is a -8. These two signs make it plus. I'm going to distribute the -2, 3 to both parts. Y minus 3 is equal to -2x minus 16. Adding 3 to both sides. So y is equal to -2x minus 13. And so once it is slope-intercept form, I was about to actually go to graphing that. And so that's just where you solve for y. And so that's the answer. On this next one, though, we don't have all the information. It doesn't give us our slope. So we need to use more information to get it. So y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So we choose one of these points as our 2's and one of the points as our 1's. So m is equal to, oops, I guess I should have done this as 1, 2, a lot easier. Y2 minus y1. Oops. And then we have x2 minus x1. Those sides combine. And so we're going to have 9 over 14. No, 9 over 12, sorry. Which reduces to 3/4. And so we're now going to plug it into the formula. We have y minus y1, and it really doesn't matter which one you use. So I'm going to use the 6 equals our slope, 3/4 x minus 5. So I need to distribute that 3/4 to both pieces. And so y minus 6 is equal to 3/4 x minus 15/4. I need to add 6 to both sides. So if you have troubles with fractions, you can always use your calculator. So y equals 3/4 x, and 16/4 is 24, or 6 changed into a fourth is going to be 24/4. So if I'm taking 24 minus 15, I have a plus 9 halves, or 9/4, excuse me. So now we're going to take and set up our variables. We're having to, for the realtor, has commission, earns $349 plus 3% of the purchase price for each home she helps sells. If she earns a total of $8,965 in commission on a certain home, what was the purchase price? So X is going to represent purchase price. Oops. And so we know that in total, her commission is going to be $8,965. She earns 3%, which is 0.03, times the purchase price, because it's 3% of the purchase price, plus that $349. So plus $349. So to solve this, so there's my equation. And on some of y'all, you may just, on one of the questions I think I have, I can't remember which story it goes with, is going to just make you identify from a multiple choice question what is the, which one is going to be the equation. And so here we need to take and move that 349 over to the other side. And so we have 300ths x is equal to 8,616. When we divide both sides by the 300ths x, or by 300ths, we have x is equal to 287,200. So the purchase price of the house was $287,200. So then let's do another one. So Ryan's last social studies test, there were 2 types of questions. One type was multiple choice. So I'm going to call that X. The next type was true, false. I'm going to call that Y. And so we had 2 points each for the true, false. So 2 times my Y. And we had 4 points each for the multiple choice. 4X plus 2Y is equal to his score, which in this case, his score was an 86. We know he got 18 multiple choice questions right, so 4 times 18 plus 2y. Now, if you had written up your equations to where you had x and y reversed, it would just reverse your variables here, and that's just fine. So 4 times 18 is 72, so he got 72 points from his multiple choice. So we need to subtract that from both sides. So 2y is equal to 14 points. And we're going to divide both sides by 2. And so he got 7 true, false, right. So Brian got 7 true, false questions correct. On his test. So the last one we have in this section is when we use our chart, our calculator for. So remember, you went into the chart and you went in and you put this in the first column, this in the second column. And so when you did, you ended up rounding it to the nearest hundredth. You ended up with 21.61 and 54 cents. And then you had 28.437 and 19 cents. So the height after 8 minutes, well, X is dealing with our time, and Y is dealing with our altitude. So the 8 is going to replace the x. So you'd have y is equal to negative 2161.54 times 8 plus 28,437.19. And you can go straight to your calculator and find that number, and that would be 11,144 feet and 44 and 87/100 feet. How long would it take to land? So at landing, our altitude will be 0. So negative 21, 61, and 54/100 x plus 28,437.19. I need to move this over to the other side. So negative 28,437.19 is equal to negative 2161.54x. I'm going to divide both sides by that 2100 number. So divided by negative 2161.54. And it would take about 13 minutes to land.